Hello everybody, welcome back to Transport Fever 2 in the year 1904 we are right now. And yeah, we're starting to make a bit of profit here. So our latest train line, train number 4 for grain, is actually producing a bit of profit there. It's not in a million deep red anymore. It really takes a bit of time for those farms to really produce or to really give me some grain. As we can see, this is going up here now, so this train will be soon full. Now the other trains, we do have a problem here though. Despite the fact that we have 2 trains on this line here, it's still accumulating way too much. So what we can do about it? Well, we can have longer trains. This train is pretty long. This is not so long yet, so we can do something about that. We can replace it if we want to. Replacing it does cost us a bit, but at the end we get way longer trains. The other option that we have, we could send them to the depot and then make them longer in the depot, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now with this train here. Those trains are a bit more tricky because I get rid of one of them on the same line. I would have the problem again of putting them on the line again, so I would have to wait. This one I can just shoot out again next time we want it. Another thing that is bothering me right now is that 3 lines are coming together with 1 track, so that leads to some smaller waiting times, which is not really necessary, I think. Now this is the train. We're going to put him now to the depot, so he's going into the depot again. I don't know how many there are. The problem is when I put him to the depot, as we will be seeing now, is that the goods that we have there are gone then pretty soon. So we need to stop real quick, take the train, and put some additional cards on it for the grain. And as we can see, we can actually put 3 on it for the price of 1.5 million. And then we can put him on the green train right away again, and hopefully we're not losing any progress there for the train station. I don't think so. It's looking fine. We still have it. It's still growing. And there's a serious long train coming out here now of the depot. And there it is. So that is another goal that this has, or this is another direction that the development, especially with the trains, is going. They're getting longer and longer, and we could even connect in 2 of these trains or 2 locomotives, and then we have like a kilometer-long trains if we want to. That's pretty exciting. This also gives us more problems though, again, with the planning of our railway. So in that regard, of course, the longer they are, the better the infrastructure needs to be. But look at that, how much you can really take here now. That is a real long train. How long? 96 grain, 96, let's say, tons of grain he can deliver. That's pretty cool. And off he goes again. And there's the other train with more grain. We need so much more grain, it's incredible. The other ones I will probably just replace. Then I would have to pay for the usage of the locomotive there as well, but it should be fine. As we can see, profit is still fine. Where is the other train? I think there are lots of trains coming together now. This one for the first time is full as well. And they're all coming together in this little spot. Now speaking of that, we also have public transportation now in 2 cities. In this one, in Bolton, this increases the growth of 20%, and in Rockdale by another 20%. Here though, public transportation seems to be totally overwhelmed by the amount of people that want to travel here. And just look how beautiful the cities look. I absolutely love that, especially how they developed them over time as well to modern glass buildings. Right now everything is looking really 1900, more or less. Now we have Nelson up here that still needs some public transportation. We should be doing that. Public transportation, as we can see, doesn't give us that much money, but it does give us a bit of money, so that's a good thing, right? We should be focusing on that as well there a bit. For buses, it's boring more or less to have the buses because they really don't give you that much. But with the trams, it's going to be more interesting. And speaking of trams, should we not have the first tram line? This one gets food, right? Gets food, yeah, but it's not big enough yet for a tram line. Let's just have buses here too. I would love with a tram line, but I don't think we have enough people that would travel with it. Right, so in that case, let's just have normal, boring buses, even though buses look fine too, especially the ones that we're getting then soon. Right, there we got another bus line, and let's build it. That is for Nelson. So we say bus Nelson 1. And now we do need a few buses for that, and we do have a road depot for this one. Hopefully we get a new one soon. Let's have 4 on this bus Nelson. And they're coming out in all their glory. I don't know how 6 fit in there. Oh well, 3 side by side. That might work. Totally right. And money-wise, it's still getting better and better, so that gives us the opportunity to grow faster then. Of course, the more money we have. There's another 860,000, and this train is doing a bit of profit. Where's the super long one? There it is. I want to see how much money we get out of a super long train. And as we can see, it is still not enough grain. By far, we are still not delivering enough grain. That's 1.3 million that we get out of one haul from the super long one. And oh, we get the post bus ET13. That is good for my public transportation. So let's just have a quick look of the buses that we have so far. As we can see in Rockdale, they're not really exhausted, you know, these lines there. But the Rockdale one, we could take the bus Rockdale. We could take all of them and replace them with the post bus. That takes 2 more people, is a bit faster, has twice the power. For 150,000, the whole Rockdale bus system has been overhauled. Now let's just have a look at them. There it is. Ah, cute. Absolutely perfect. So this is the first generation really of a bus that looks like a bus and no longer as like a carriage. Right? And slowly and steadily he takes his turn here. Beautiful. And we could also, of course, follow him through the cities. And yes, another thing is because we're still not delivering enough grain now to this food processing plant here, despite having long trains. Oh well, at least one of them. There's another one coming in. Oh yes, 1.3 million once again. So there is some money coming in. We do have another farm and another farm. So we could have 2 more train lines then coming in from the north, kind of. So we have a second platform then ready for this. But what I can do first is I'm going to make these trains here longer. They need to be way longer. I think this is train number 1. And what I see is, or what I know is that, yeah, they can definitely take that many carts. But we have to take the empty carts, I think, because otherwise they get empty. So let's take this for now. And this we replace with a gondola. And quite a lot of them too. Yep, just before it turns mediocre. That's another 4 million though it costs me, just this simple upgrade to make this train longer. The problem, oh, that was close. The problem is because I made him longer, you know, he's stretched to the crossing here. If that train would have not made it now, we would have had a serious problem. Those trains are getting really long. And just wait for the passenger trains. They're looking beautiful. Those trains are not beautiful yet. I mean, they're cute. I just love watching them. But the passenger ones are going to get interesting. And yeah, we do have the grain, hopefully. Yes, we have. And that's going to be a lot of grain that this train can now finally transport then in one direction as well. And as we can see, it's almost the full length of the station. So at some point I will also need to lengthen the stations to make them bigger. Now let's have a look at the other bus lines once again. Nelson is looking pretty full as well, so we should be doing something about buses in Nelson. We can switch them once again also with the post bus, taking more passengers. And it seems like in Bolton it's rather quiet, right? So no one is really overwhelmed at the moment. Another problem that I can see now that we transport way more grain to the food processing plant, of course, we also produce way more food. That means that I will need a lot of trucks, and we don't have a better truck yet. I hope we're getting one soon, but for now I will just, well, purchase a lot of these vehicles, get 4 more to Bolton, get 3 more to Nelson, and actually let's get 3 more to Nelson, and let's get those to Rockdale. Right, so we do need a lot of them. They're getting bigger as well, of course, these trucks then, and then they will carry more, but for now they have to do it. I hope I'm not getting a traffic jam here. It shouldn't though happen because we have enough resources, as we can see, for all of them. And as we can see here, we have also the exclamation mark now. That means that it's hurting business. It's hurting the shipment rate for this company here, because we are not able to deliver enough or deliver the output to the cities. Having a train system, having a train food supply then to one of these cities might be a good choice in the future as well. I don't think, do we have another food city? Down there, Minster. Minster might get some food surplus, food delivery then at some point, making this sleepy town here a bustling town. Right, so Bolton, Nelson, and Rockdale now have public transportation. They have deliveries, also food-wise. They're not connected with each other yet, though. And I want to change that. I want to have at least a post-bus system between two of these cities. No train yet, because that's just too expensive. But having a little line between them, right, makes sense. So we can create a new line now that is starting, yeah, right here in the center of Bolton and goes then all the way to Nelson. To this place there, to King Street, and that's the line. And this is now the bus line, Nelson, Bolton, right? And we can put something on it then. And hopefully people want to travel by bus this distance. Nelson and Bolton, there we have it. The good thing about this transport is that on the country roads, the buses can travel up to 80 kilometers an hour. Of course, these buses cannot do that yet, but they travel faster to the next city there. So that hopefully compensate a bit for the distance that we have. And hopefully someone, well, wants to travel on this one. There we got the first passenger. He wants to go to Nelson. And all the traffic right now is going over this bridge. Now, we can improve the roads. We have the streets here. And as we can see, we can upgrade them if we want to. Oh, upgrading this bridge would cost me 400,000 though. But then it would be a country road bridge. And that would, well, fasten up the whole process here that we have over that bridge there. So let's do it. And there we have it. And now we have a broader bridge and they can travel faster over that bridge. And of course we still need to leave some room here for the ships, and I think the taller the ships get, the taller the bridge will go automatically. At least that's my hope. A beautiful area that we live in here. Let's have a look at the lines again real quick here. Truck Food Nelson is making not that much profit at the moment, despite being fully loaded. To Nelson. Alright, I hope this gets better again. And the bus Bolton, Nelson Bolton right now not profitable. Of course, we just created. All the other lines are profitable at this point, and we're making some money. That's good. So we are at 7 million. So we have now the resources to get the next grain delivery to the food processing plant, I think. We might also go, of course, for another business entirely. We still have lots of other businesses in the world that we can focus on. But right now, I really want to finish this processing here, this food processing for now. I've also adjusted the date because in that regard, I don't want it to continue too quickly. I will need to get rid of that depot here, I think, now. Right, so we're going to build another depot then, because I need another train line coming in from the other side, and for that we'll need to enlarge now this station where all the things are coming in. And first of all, we can add some new tracks. And as we can see, we can make this longer, much longer if we want to. But for now, this is still fine. And then a cargo platform. Right, there's some other things as well that we can add them, like some buildings and stuff like that. Postal service, that's going to be important for later. And then we just continue, whoops, once again, with the tracks and the tracks. This time I think we're going to have a tunnel almost. That's fine. No, it's fine. Very good. And we're going to that food processing plant. Right, we already have some nice space here that we can use. Just beside the water. A good thing here is that ships could also dock then at some point. Then it goes over this strait, and hopefully we can make this. And then we got a new train system, new railway, also a new bridge. With that, a railway bridge. They look a bit different than the street bridges, and they're also a bit more sophisticated than later, especially when they get bigger for the high-speed tracks that we need at some point. Now we got it, very good. The only thing we need now still, once again, is a train depot. There we have it. And there I have the depot. I think this is much better for the future, because now all the new trains can also then just go to the station, and there they can switch the tracks as well, or go to the next one. We can also, while we're at it here, connect that connection here to the next platform if we want to, and the same thing we can do here as well, I guess. There it is. Very good. So now we got a few additional connections here, so all of the trains can switch the tracks, and longer, well, I guess into this direction we can make it longer then as well. Let's create the line. We have 11 million on the account right now, so this will be easy. As we can see, it takes automatically platform number 2, and this is once again train grain 4. And for that we'll need a new train. We're going with a very long one. Still no new locomotive so far. I hope the next one is coming soon. And as we can see, this train costs me 8 million. And that's only the train itself. On to number 4. Should be coming out then anytime. At the moment I think we got tracks that are used. This one. Got a little traffic jam here because we got a new train. Hopefully that's solved then. There it's coming out. Brand new locomotive. And a very long one at that too. It will make some losses now in the beginning until the farm is starting to produce enough grain for us there. Oh, there are lots of trains now. I don't know if I should just diversify to other or distribute them to other platforms. The problem is that we are going to need this grain here then as well at some point. Yes, and since we do get quite a lot of traffic jams here now, I want to... Oh, and we got a little traffic jam here now too with the trains colliding. I think we have a wrong signal or something like that along the line. I think this one here should not be there. Same thing with that. I think they have to go... This one is showing inwards and outwards. There should be one here, but there isn't. Alright, that's interesting. Of course, there needs to be one outside, outbound. In that case, yeah, we do need to get rid of this one. How do we do that? First of all, we could try to send it to the depot. Problem is, it can't find the path. So, the only way is, well, I think we might want or need to sell it. Or reverse. Can we do that? Yes, we can do that. That's good. So it's coming into that, and then hopefully this train here now, grain train 2, we can make it a change here. We can say that grain 2 is in Bolton, goes to platform 2 from now on. Right, so this should make things a bit easier. He's taking this route again. Alright, this one can continue now. Now it's working again, but next traffic jam. Alright, that's looking better now. But we need to keep that in eye here. Yeah, we need to keep that track off. Now, hopefully all the grain is processing right into that here. How's the train looking that we just created? I think we have now a good... Yeah, it's filling up. Starting. Takes a bit of time, of course, but it's starting to fill up. Now it's finally working. They're no longer taking the same track at the same time. There was a wrong signal here still. So trains, of course, drive until the signal is red. And if there is the train and here the signal outbound, then of course the train drives up to this point and it cannot continue. So now we fix that. And as we can see, yeah, it's looking better now for the grain that's coming in. So it's not empty that quickly anymore. And production, we're on the track to level 3. For the processing plant. Now, to reach really level 3, we do need more shipment, and that means another consumer. Right now, what I can see is that Rockdale is still a bit full, so that is the first priority that we have. Let's get another 4 vehicles for Rockdale, so that we deliver there a bit more. But as we can see, yeah, those trucks cannot keep up with the production rate. We have so many of them on the lines now. And how's the bus to Nelson looking? Oh, Nelson Bolton, our bus line, is actually the most profitable bus line now out of all of them. And that's because, oh, look at that too. I'm really surprised. Bus Nelson is over 100 people are waiting on this line. The reason for that is, first of all, connecting cities, of course, is extremely popular. So lots of people do that, obviously, want to travel with that. And the other thing is distance pays. So the further away the destination is, the more money you get out of it. Right, I'm going to add a few more buses now onto this road, even though that adds more noise pollution once again. So as we can see, we're at minus 30% now. We have an additional long distance traveling, which leads to plus 30% now, so that's a plus 70 for Bolton. But we're going to need a train station here soon, connecting those cities per train. That's going to be a tricky one though, because yeah, geography here is not the best, as we can see. So putting the train here beside that, we could make a big tunnel. That might be an option, yes. The tunnel goes then through the city and then landing somewhere here, probably. But that's another challenge entirely. Right now, I'm happy that it's profitable. So those buses are completely full when it comes to delivering the people. And this, of course, is good for profit. So far, so good. This should be profitable now soon as well. It was for a short period of time, but the grain is still looking fine. I'm going to have another grain line coming in here, so we speed this whole thing up. And as we can see, shipment is stuck now as the only parameter here. So that means that we will need to add Minster to the consumers here. But that, once again, is so far we're going to have a train here. Stay tuned.